Hi, my name is Jacob Hammond. I wrote my essay on breaking generational curses. I believe that you were able to break generational curses within your family. I believe that you were able to be a better parent, role model, and person for your children than your parents before you. Regardless of your circumstances, you make the decision to either continue to follow in your parents' footsteps or step outside of the line and create a better and brighter future for your children and family. It may be easier to follow what you've always known, but being the change for your family takes courage, strength, and motivation. Growing up, I didn't have good role models for what parents were supposed to look like. All the peers that surrounded me were doing things and making choices that put me in a spot to where I had to make a decision. I could either grow up thinking the same way they do or act the way they do, or I could change my mindset and make sure that I can do what I'm capable of and to break the generational curse. My mother was a high school dropout in the 10th grade. Due to her and my father being pregnant with my older brother, my father went on to finish high school to get his high school diploma. He went on to graduate with high honors and was set on taking care of the family. During the first couple years of adulthood, for my parents, they struggled to adapt to their new normal. My mom did not work, and my dad worked overtime almost weekly to support them. After they had me a couple years later, things slowly started to change. My parents slowly started to argue more in front of us, causing more strain on the family. Then my parents had to make a decision to split up, and I thought it was going to get better from there, but was sadly mistaken. After my parents split up, my mother started to drink heavily and nightly. My brother and I took care of ourselves many times because my mother was not able to. My brother was 12 and took care of me when I was 8. He was getting me ready for school, cooking us dinner, and helped me with my homework. This continued for many years until I was 12 years old, and I went to live with my father and my stepmother. By this time, I was ready to determine that my life was not going to get better and that I didn't need to go to school or listen to my authorities. My father was still working 50 to 60 hours a week, and my stepmom was not an active parent in my life. I did not know how I was going to break the cycle of self-destruction that I found myself living for the past couple of years. I dropped out of high school when I was 16 years old and started working full-time on a local farm. At this point in my life, I thought I had it all figured out, and it did not matter the outcome. Today I'm 31 years old with 3 wonderful children and a fantastic wife. I have a great job, we own our own home, and I make sure every single day I put my children's happiness and needs before my own. Breaking my generational curse that my parents cast on me was my number one goal in life. Making sure that my children never had to question their worth. Wondering who's going to be home to help with the homework. Having a fear or not being able to make dinner for themselves. I am happy to say that I learned from my parents' mistakes, and I have gone above and beyond to be a better role model for my children. Breaking generational curses and changing the path that your parents paved for you can be extremely difficult and can often be the hardest thing that you will ever do. Life is a game, and you're in control of your next move. I believe that the most important decision a person will make is to be greater than the hand you were dealt. I know for me, proving to myself that I am providing for my children with a better foundation than I was given is what keeps me going every day.